Hello everyone, welcome back to Planet's Coaster and welcome back to the Smiler recreation. We are in episode 7, I think we are, and we're actually starting to get close to completing the Smiler as well, which it's taken a lot shorter. No, that doesn't make sense. It's been 7 episodes, so yeah, a shorter time than my other recreations. I believe. Actually, no, I think Stealth took about 7 or 8 episodes. Nemesis took about 13, 12 or something. Wickerman took 14 episodes. But yeah, we are starting to near the completion of the Smiler, which is why I did announce the release date of it with that video I uploaded earlier today. Yes, that is the release date for the Smiler on the Steam Workshop, the 1st of March, otherwise known as St. David's Day. So you know, get excited for that. I promise you, Smiler will be done for then. And to be honest, I've always announced release dates for my recreations, and I've always ended up releasing them like a couple days early. So you never know, you might get it a couple days early. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, so today we are going to be moving on to the other side of Smiler, up the hill, and just doing a terrain. You'll see in the background I have actually already done the terrain, and that's because, of course, as per usual, you don't want to see me do the terrain, do you? It was quite boring to do. I spent about an hour and a half doing it. The terrain is absolutely horrible. I think the problem I had with the terrain is that it's in such a large scale. It's not like Nemesis or Wickerman where it's small scale, you know, inclines and declines, whereas Smiler, it's just one gigantic incline, and it was so difficult to get the shaping of it correct. And yeah, that's what I struggled with. But what you see me do here is the entrance. Quite a simple entrance Smiler has, to be completely honest. You know, you'd think with this whole factory Marmalization sort of theming, and you see the look of the Marmalizer, you'd think the entrance of Smiler would be a lot more elaborate, you know, something like Nemesis's entrance, where it's got like random bits and bobs, you know, a bit rusted, obviously not rusted, but you know, something like that. But no, it's just this simple, you know, billboard with the logo on it, and it says main entrance or fast track entrance, and you know, that's it. I've decided to use these tiny little beam pieces for the entrance, and that's because they are so flexible to use, if you get what I mean. They're so easy to use. You can make almost any size building out of them, and they actually came in very, very handy, because they had the exact same texture and the exact same look as the real entrance, and they were just so easy to use. Yes, it does put the piece count up a bit, but because they're just basic cuboids, they don't really have a lot of triangles in the textures, which is, you know, quite good. So yeah, I was planning to do a billboard for this entrance. I was planning to do that, and then I saw the size of the actual billboards in the game and thought, no, this isn't gonna fit. So instead of doing a billboard, I actually went onto Blender and just made 2 FeeMakers Toolkit items, the font, the Smiler, and of course the Smiler's logo, and both of those appear on the entrance. I remember, you know, during the majority of the 2015 Season 8, they weren't actually there, because the crash had just happened, of course, and they had to remove all the Smiler branding. They had to remove it from, you know, the Alton Towers website. I believe for, you know, Scarefest that year, they actually used 13 in the adverts instead of Smiler. And yeah, basically, you know, it was that weird time period of the park where they just did not acknowledge Smiler's existence at all. It was a weird time for Alton Towers, to be completely honest. So yeah, just doing the final little details on this entrance. Whilst I have done TMTK for the main sign of it, I still need to do TMTK for like the little signs on it, and the ones that read like main entrance and fast track entrance, disabled entrance, single rider entrance. I still need to do those. Also, I need to do the cue board and the warning board as well. I still need to do those. Just putting in, yeah, like I said, putting in little details here. These little handrail things, I don't know why they have handrails here, because they're not really on steps, but I don't know, they just put handrails in there. You know, I don't know, it's Alton Towers. What, you can't guess what Alton Towers doing, because I don't think Alton Towers know what they're doing themselves, to be honest, half the time. And you can see here, I'm actually trying to do the main entrance and disabled entrance signs. using just a normal in-game signs, but it just did not have the same look. I also did this for the X Sector arch entrance as well. I am going to go back and change that to TMTK pieces, because using TMTK just makes it look so much better than the in-game signs. You know, look at that, it's horrible. That does not look like the real sign at all. So I am going to go back in Blender and make a lot of TMTK pieces. This recreation is going to have a lot of TMTK pieces, so it might take a while for you to actually load up the park for your first time. Of course, when you first load up a park that's got TMTK pieces that you don't have, you have to like download them from the Steam Workshop, and this one's going to have a lot, by the way, so get ready when this does release in 2 weeks time. So yeah, now in real life these are actually circles, they're not hexagons, they're circles, but there's just no piece like that in the game, and I just had to do it like that. Yeah, I mean, I could have done it a bit differently, but actually no, I couldn't, because then they would stick out on the other side, wouldn't they? I was thinking maybe, you know, put them like flat down so that the square base face is facing the wall, but then they'll just poke through onto the other side of the wall. So doing the CCTV cameras on the entrance, and this is something that a lot of people don't actually notice, which is actually kind of ironic considering they're cameras and they're there watching you. I mean, obviously they're not functioning cameras, they are just there for decoration, but it's this weird thing Smiler has. In the Smiler bedroom as well, in the Alton Towers hotel, they have like 10 CCTV cameras plastered above the bed. It sounds kind of creepy and a bit weird to have CCTV cameras above the bed, but of course they are for decoration, or are they for decoration? But yeah, these CCTV cameras go unnoticed all the time because you just look at the entrance, really. You look at the massive Smiler sign and you don't notice these cameras, but they're there, they are there. To be honest, I don't notice them either when I'm there. It's just the irony of it, you don't notice the CCTV cameras. But yeah, of course, they're not real, they're not in operation. Same with the ones in the Smiler bedroom. Of course, it would be illegal for them to actually be operational. Moving on to the next clip then, I've actually done a lot of work, because this is a clip from the next day. Well, to be more specific, earlier today. I did the entrance yesterday, and I did this part of the video earlier today. Doing the bathrooms now, or the toilets, whatever, I've thought about doing the full interiors of these, but then at the same time I was just like, do people really care about the interior of a bathroom? So in the end I just used a basic Planet Coaster bathroom, the block thing that you can just place down, and that's so guests can use it as well. This bathroom was kind of a bit iffy to do. I didn't bother doing a lot of detail on it just because, you know, this is so out of the way. No one's gonna really actually look at this, are they? So yeah, I did just use gridded wall pieces for this, which I don't like using gridded wall pieces. I've never liked using gridded wall pieces. I just like to use non-gridded pieces because they have so much more flexibility than gridded pieces. But in this case I just thought it was necessary to use them because it doesn't really matter. No one's gonna look up and like, oh, this toilet building isn't very detailed. Who cares about a toilet building, to be honest? Yeah, it's like right here at the very top. I'm not sure if this toilet building actually existed before the Smiler was there. I think it did. I think this did exist before the Smiler was there. But what's so weird is that because part of the track actually goes above it, they have this really weird support structure, and you'll see it there, right there, that just like strides across the roof of it, and it's such a weird thing, as if they actually went out of their way to design the supports to go around the building instead of just removing the building and building another toilet block somewhere else. I mean, was it cheaper or not? Because roller coasters aren't cheap, they really aren't cheap. I believe Smiler was about 18 mil. So, yeah, you know. Anyway, yeah, like I said, this roof doesn't look good at all. I know it doesn't look good, but at the same time it doesn't matter. You know, you don't care about a toilet block, I don't care about a toilet block. So, yeah, I didn't really put that much effort into this. In terms of the surrounding areas, you'll see the path goes off You know, you got that path to the right, which goes off towards the towers and Hex and all that. Then you got the path towards the left, which goes on to Spimble Wizard, CBeebies Land and Tower Street. I'm not actually going to do surrounding areas. The most surrounding areas I'll do is probably just going to be the Fried Chicken Co. and a tiny bit of Oblivion, because they're so close that you basically have to put them in, really, otherwise it would look really odd if they're not there. But yeah, I'm not going to be doing surrounding areas that much as some other people have when they've recreated Smiler. I believe when Distance did it, he did, you know, a fully detailed version of Smiler and then a low detailed version of X Sector as the rest of the recreation. I'm not going to do that. The most of X Sector I'm actually going to put in is the Fried Chicken Co. and the Oblivion Overbank with Enterprise as well, and that's basically going to be it, because you know, I'm only doing that because you're actually in that area. The Batwing and the Cobra Roll is in that area where Oblivion's Overbank is, so you kind of have to do it, basically. That's what I'm saying. I'm only doing the surrounding areas that I absolutely have to do. Oblivion's drop, the entire Oblivion layout, don't really need to do that. And yeah, if you want this, I mean, if you want, I will do a full X Sector recreation. That's only if you want. To be honest, I don't really want to do a full X Sector recreation, because I think that would just be a bit too much. And I'll leave that to Alton Coasters, actually. Yeah, Alton Coasters is doing his Alton Towers recreation, so if you do want an X Sector recreation, an Alton Towers recreation, yeah, just head over to Alton Coasters channel. To be honest, it's linked in my channel. It's linked through my channel on the featured channels tab, so if you want to just go around there, you can, yeah, take a look. But anyway, starting the X Sector sign. Now, this sign has been there since 1998, I believe, when Oblivion first opened and it first got transformed from Festival Park into X Sector. It's weird how X Sector used to be with Festival Park. It used to have the pirate ship, which is now known as Blade, and well, Blade isn't in Forbidden Valley anymore. Blade is currently dismantled on the car park. People say Blade's coming back and all that. I don't think it is. I really don't think Blade's coming back, because it's the exact same thing with what's happening with Blade right now is the exact same thing what happened with Ripsaw a couple years ago. It was dismantled from Forbidden Valley, it was placed in the car park, all dismantled and everything, and it was left there and eventually scrapped. Was it? No, it wasn't scrapped. The gondola was moved over to Gardaland, was it? It was either Gardaland or Heidi Park they moved a gondola to, one of the European Merlin parks, and then the rest of it just got scrapped. And I honestly think that's gonna be the exact same thing with Blade, because it is literally sitting there in the car park just doing nothing. They haven't been working on it throughout the winter period at all, so you know, I'm getting off the topic here. I need to be talking about X Sector. Like, yeah, so like I was saying, it used to be like Festival Park, and it had Black Hole, when, you know, Black Hole used to have its yellow and green tent colours. Well, now Black Hole isn't even there anymore, but when Oblivion opened, it got changed to like a grey silver tent, and it's so weird. Dude, to think that Alton Towers had the exact same coaster in the same park, because they had Black Hole, and then they had, what was the other one? It was Beast, I think. Yeah, I think it was the Beast, because the Beast and Black Hole are basically the same coaster. It was really weird that they had the exact same coaster type in the game. Right, I am getting off track. So to do that X Sector sign that you see right there, I did use the art shapes, which is why it looks a bit odd. Like I said earlier in the video, I am going to go back and just do that in TMTK, because using TMTK in Blender, it'll just make it look so much better than it does at the moment. But I've done the main sort of arch of the entrance now. Now I'm doing the, what do you call these, like red warning lights, red factory lights, whatever they're called. And they got the red flashing lights on the entrance, even though they don't even flash anymore. The ones in Oblivion still flash, I think. That's only during Scarefest though, when the park's actually open at night. But yeah, they're the same ones that you can see on Oblivion's drop. Yeah, I don't think they flash anymore, which is a shame, to be honest. It just goes to show how much Merlin let their park go, really. And I was like thinking, whilst building this, why are these still here, right in front of Smiler? This doesn't fit in with Smiler and the Ministry of Joy at all. And I've been thinking, maybe Alton Towers should retheme X Sector into Ministry of Joy, and retheme Oblivion into some sort of Ministry of Joy machine, because they have tried to incorporate X Sector as a division of the Ministry of Joy. On the signs of X Sector it says, the Ministry of Joy welcomes you to X Sector, where you can experience 14 loops in Smiler or disappear into Oblivion. And it's kind of a bit weird, and apparently Enterprise is supposed to be a part of the Smiler. It's weird how they incorporated Smiler and the Ministry of Joy into X Sector. I think they should just retheme the entire area to the Ministry of Joy, retheme Oblivion, even though, I don't know, because I don't want them to retheme Oblivion, to be honest. I would hate for Oblivion to be rethemed, but I think it's necessary. As for the park moving forward, I think it's necessary. And I didn't actually complain about Fort Park's teasing this week. That's a new record, because I've been complaining about that a lot recently, with Fort Park hyping up this massive new ride or something, whatever it is, and they've been doing like hashtag Fort Park with a TD, ODR and a K all capitalized, and they're hyping up something that's not really coming, and people are expecting something big, because they're hyping it up so much is what really annoys me. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you're not subscribed yet, then please do consider subscribing, and I'll see you all in the next episode of Smiler very, very soon. Goodbye.